13.72 times 8.4. So we have to multiply these two decimals together. So what I'm going to do first is line these up vertically so we can kind of work with them a little bit easier. So it's 13.72 times 8.4. So now that we have both of these vertically arranged, we can pretend right now like these decimal points are not even there. Just you don't have to pay any attention to the decimal points at this time. We can just multiply like they're not there. So let's go ahead and do that. So 4 times 2 is going to be 8. 7 times 4 is 28. Let's see. 7 times 4 is 28. 14. It's going to be 5. And put our 0 right here. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 7 and 56. 5 up here. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 1 is 8, and then plus 2 is 10. So now that we went through and did our multiplication. That's why you need to know your timetables. Got to make sure you know your timetable. There ain't no way around that. But so now that we went through and multiplied both of these, just like just like the decimal points weren't there. Now what we have to do, let's go ahead and add these two. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and add this. So 8, and 8 plus 6 is going to be 14. 6 and 4, 10, 11. 1. So after we add, the products, the two products, this is the number that we get, 110148. So now the final step into figuring out this answer is to go back up to the original problem and count how many digits are behind each decimal point altogether. So we got this is behind the decimal point right here, 13.72. It's 0.7 and a 2. So that's 2 decimal points. And then 8.4, 0.4. So that's one more decimal point. And so this is going to be 3 decimal points total that we started with. And so when we get back to our result, we need 3 decimal points in our answer. And so this is going to be 1, 2, 3 places. And that's going to be our answer, 110.148. Let's do one more quick example. Quicker than the last one we did. Let's do 7.4 times 7.4 times 1.1. 2. So the situation is the same as last time. We're going to arrange both of these numbers vertically just so we can work with them easier. And 2. Let me make that look a little bit better. All right, so 7.4 times 1.12. So again, we don't have to line up the decimals like this, like we do in addition. When you're adding decimals, you do have to line up the decimal points. And when you're adding and subtracting decimals. But when you're multiplying, you don't have to do that for real. We can do what we did last time. Let's just go through the multiplication first. So 4 times 2, let me actually, this is going. This way. 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times 1 is going to be 4. And 4 times 1 again is going to be 4. And we'll put our 0 right here. And go through with the rest of this multiplication. So times 2 is going to be 14. So times 1, 7, it's going to be 8. And then 7 times 1 is 7. So let's add these two products. It's going to give us 8, 8, 12, and another 8. So this right here is the final answer. But remember, we have to go back up to the original problem and count how many digits were behind the decimal point. So we got 1.12. So we got 1 and 2 behind the decimal. And we got 7.4. So that 0.4, that's another digit behind the decimal. So those are going to be 3. Three numbers behind the decimal point. So we're going to do the same thing in our final answer, which is going to give us 8.288.